Welcome to John Academy, episode
Dude,
38.
No, it's definitely not 38, but it could be like 25. Yeah,
Episode
23 might be a good guess.
We are in the middle of an investigation.
Yes, welcome back to John Academy. I am Alex, this is Jack. If you enjoy these videos, feel free to subscribe. Yes, like and subscribe.
Maybe even leave a comment.
Smash that like button. YouTube loves when I tell you to smash that like button.
Does it really, though?
Yeah. Wait, do people more like to like?
I think you just like it when they smash the like button. I don't think YouTube cares.
Well, if more people like it, YouTube will show it to more people.
I don't think YouTube cares.
Yeah, Jack, let's solve a murder.
Yes.
Hey, Jet, were your batteries bright
Not
red
the
at all?
nuances of YouTube. Maybe.
You don't know for sure?
I never took the batteries out of their packaging. The packaging isn't red, I can tell you that, but the actual batteries? Yeah, I got nothing.
So it can't be proven beyond a reasonable doubt?
Pretty much.
Well, what's the reaction time of a lithium battery?
The reaction time?
Oh boy, this guy's dumb.
When a lithium battery hits the water, how long does it take to combust?
It should be almost instant.
I think, once we know that, we can decide whether or not the battery is relevant to the case.
What?
A lithium battery would be an almost
Very good,
instantaneous
thank you.
reaction.
Thank you, smart
I'm pretty
guy.
sure.
Yep. Ultimate
Lithium
instant.
isn't a metal I've worked with,
Yeah, because
but
you
it
don't
got
work
beat
with
into
it.
my head never to mix it with substances it doesn't like.
Us blacksmiths, we never work with lithium. Well, dude, because it blows up. You put it in water, right? So if you went to like forge a sword in it and then put it in the water to cool it, it would just blow up.
It could blow up exposed to the air.
That's true.
All that electricity, the battery would have let out when it hit the water. It must have went straight into poor Wolfie.
Oh, yeah.
There's warning labels on the battery for a reason.
Okay. If the reaction is instantaneous, then the battery would have entered the water only seconds before the generator exploded.
Indeed.
That's really weird.
Is it?
According to Diana's testimony, when the explosion happened, she was still holding the taser gun. In which case, who threw the battery into the water?
Through the vents.
Through the vent. He just kicked it through the vent.
Huh. Good point. We can rule out Wolfgang, since the Blackens can only be a student who kills another student.
Well, though we don't know that.
Diana.
It was only Diana and Wolfgang in the boiler
This
room.
bitch
So
hates
unless Diana
Diana,
herself
dude.
was the one to throw the battery,
Yeah.
then the battery
The two
can't
girls
play
that
a
like
part
us
in
are
the
fighting.
murder.
Damn.
Damn.
I
They made the
didn't
best
throw
one
the
win.
battery.
Yeah.
I promise.
The shrapnel and generator are too close for comfort. They must be correlated. I'll admit that Diana throwing the battery is a possibility. But that's all it is, a possibility. There may still be another way for the battery to enter the water. And until I've ruled that out, I won't settle for a culprit just yet. Oh, more debating. Masterfully. Knife, taser,
The
shrapnel.
battery is related to the
What are the
case.
other options?
Only
Let's
Diana
see
could
what they
have thrown
say.
it in the water.
Diana could throw
My
it.
arm had been cut. Lifting a battery would hurt too much.
Hey, that's a
Neo
weird
batteries
argument,
are pretty
but they needed her
lightweight,
to say
though.
something, I guess.
The battery clearly couldn't have fallen from somewhere. So it must have been submerged
I
another way.
would agree with that.
Perhaps
Or disagree with
something
that. Yeah,
akin
it's
to
yellow.
what Eva
What?
described?
See, she
If
said
that
Eva.
battery is the murder weapon, why is there a taser gun?
Maybe it's a red herring.
Judging by the shrapnel, the battery would have landed in the water. A few inches from the generator.
Not the hardest shot to make.
Why would he say that? Everyone is quick to say the battery was thrown, but when I consider the boiler room, which objects the killer could have leveraged, what that person considers impossible starts to sound anything but.
If the battery is related to the case,
What are the options again?
only
Extension cord,
Diana could have
generator.
thrown.
But my arm had been cut.
Neo battery.
Fallen from
Not a fan of that.
Now is not the
The this wasn't meant to be.
If the battery is related to the case, only.
Oh, maybe it's just the generator.
My arm had been cut.
Does the generator talk about how it's above the thing?
Lift.
Neo batteries are pretty lightweight though.
I'm pretty sure it's
Clearly couldn't have fallen
from somewhere.
Yeah.
No, that's wrong!
So it is somebody in the game room. That means somebody in the game room just like dropped the battery through the vent.
Which
No.
leads more and more to the pirate
The battery
guy.
might actually have fallen from the generator.
Because he would have been able to lock the door
What makes you
and then
say
go
that?
up and drop the thing.
Yeah.
It's the pirate guy.
The shrapnel's position in front of the generator suggests there's a correlation between the two. However, it's unlikely Diana threw the battery at the generator. Not only is the boiler room difficult to see in, the generator is positioned far enough from the concrete platform that Diana, with her wounded arm,
she has two
will
arms.
need to stand on the platform's edge to make the shot.
She has two arms, and she has to hit whatever.
I don't really. I don't.
She has to
like,
hit
is-
the
I don't
entire
know,
pool of
because,
water.
Like, the question is like, is it
again.
a large thing? Is it a small thing? Is it how heavy is it actually supposed
Battery.
to be?
It's probably like
A car battery.
I don't think it's a car battery.
But he's the car guy.
Oh, maybe it is a car battery. Oh, you're right.
Car batteries are good
But
size.
like, I think
and
we're
pretty
trying to say
heavy.
that they rolled the battery like through the vent. How would they get the battery through the vent?
I think it's just sitting on top of the generator and it got nudged.
Oh.
Yeah. Wolfgang was really close. He could reach over to me if he wanted.
Would kill me.
If the battery hadn't been thrown, the only other possibility is that it fell down into the water. And considering the layout of the boiler room, what else could the battery fall off of? Except the generator.
Are you saying the battery was sitting on top of the generator?
Indeed. Not on top, but maybe. Where would it be? Oh, interesting.
Teetering over?
Imagine a domino tile teetering over the edge of a table. If you were to press down on the part which is sticking out, the entire tile would tip over and fall onto the floor. Right? What if the killer applied the same physics to the battery?
They didn't do like a... Yeah, they didn't do like the... I got it. Normally they do that, right?
Yeah.
They could position the battery so it was
Maybe it
teetering
doesn't
over
really
the generator.
matter.
And then,
Maybe we
from the
didn't get it
safety
right,
of the
but
concrete
they'll
pipe,
figure
use
it
a
out.
long instrument to tip it over.
That long instrument being?
My big hog.
I have no idea. Oh, yeah, so it failed us on that, yeah.
Oh.
I'm just gonna say suspended with the extension cord.
I got it.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The battery may have been suspended over the generator.
Suspended over.
The battery was suspended by something. Then the presence of that item starts to make it a lot more sense.
The extension cord. There we go.
This is it.
It was weird how it like went on like a whole
I
thing.
know.
about
Well,
how we were wrong.
I actually, I
Could
think
have
it would do
tied
that
the
most of the time,
extension
but
cord
it
around the
explained them,
battery.
like, just saying how
Slung
you're
the
hitting it.
battery over the generator.
Dude, old Danganronpa is just like
Wrong.
you press the wrong one and it's like bah, and it does like a fart sound.
If the cord and battery were tied together at the time of the generator's explosion, it would explain why half of the cord had been burned away.
The more you explain it, the more unbelievable it sounds.
Inconceivable.
What if that's the point? Maybe the killer chose
Yeah.
a crazy method because no one would believe it.
I
Big
don't
fan of
see
the
how
Princess
weaving a
Bride.
cord into the
Yeah.
mix is any more beneficial than leaving it out. If anything, the cord adds extra weight.
Which would be especially inconvenient for Diana because her arm was bleeding.
Right. It wouldn't
Okay,
benefit
I've had
Diana to
bleeding
hold
arm. I
the
don't think it
cord.
makes it that hard to lift things up.
What's a
Whatever.
car? If it's a car battery and she's also like
A weak,
frail woman
a weak, frail woman.
So-
who also has her arm
What
cut.
if she didn't?
I just think she's
Something
generally
else may have
a
been
frail woman.
supporting the cord instead.
Something like
The men? What was holding the cord?
oh, maybe what wasn't involved. I mean,
Maybe a third person.
but if that's why you couldn't move, is because Wolfgang was attached to the cord.
Do you want to do? Do you
I don't know. I really don't know. Just pick one because we'll get to try again, right? I'm gonna lose a life.
Yeah, like Diana.
Yeah.
It wasn't me.
I think it's the first option. I think it's tied to Wolfgang.
Nope. I'm not gonna say that.
I'm not gonna say that. An object.
I got it.
Cord? Yeah, I guess.
All right.
What could the object be?
I have no clue.
Throughout this trial, we've assumed the killer held the battery in some form or another. If the battery was on its own, the killer tossed it in. If the battery was wrapped with a cord, the killer held the other end of the cord.
Oh.
But in the same way something else can hold the battery, can't something else also hold the cord?
Okay.
Ugh. My head's starting to spin.
Asshole.
My bad. That won't be a problem if you guys.
If you say so.
Are you talking about something which could keep the cord in place?
Something to keep the cord in place. If I imagine the cord and the battery tied around in front of the generator in the same spot where the shrapnel has surfaced. Spot the selection. I don't know if it lets you let you enter that mode. Could be the grate.
This is it.
This is it!
The killer tied the cord to the vent. The one above the generator. It connects
Then
the
they have
boiler
really
room
short
and the
lines,
dining
actually,
hall.
skip them.
There's a vent above the generator?
Yes.
Dude, what? She said the first 3 words were very British, and then the last 3 she was like,
Yeah.
I'm above the generator.
You should remember some light shining into the boiler room. That's where the vent is. The vent itself is set a bit far back into the wall. So you probably assumed the spot was a small window or something.
If the boiler room and the dining hall are separated by one vent, does this make the wallpaper thin, or...?
Paper thin.
There's 2 vents. The boiler room vent and the dining hall vent. Both are connected via a small ventilation shaft. I was able to get a close look at the boiler room vent after Ava and I woke up, which is why I know these details.
How close is close for someone under 6 foot?
Ava helped me reach the vent,
By?
letting me sit on her shoulders.
Quite the visual.
Great. Stop fan-checking about
rub it
us.
in.
Anyway, if the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end around the battery, they could suspend the battery over the generator.
Something like that would result in an explosion.
What do you mean?
You say the killer tied one end of the cord to the vent and the other end to the battery. However, indoor extension cords are much longer than regular cords. They can be upwards of 9 or more meters in length, as opposed to the average cord's 2 meters. 9 meters is significantly longer than the distance between the vent and the boiler room
Indeed,
floor.
it is 30 feet, sir.
If the killer wanted to tie the battery to the cord's other end, they would be tying it to something which is already submerged in water.
Unless they cut it.
Oh, yeah.
We have half a cord
Yeah,
here.
I see. It is an impossible setup.
No, you just
You tie it off in a different place.
Yeah, what? This is stupid. You don't have to tie the end to end.
Yeah, they're a little dumb. Not necessarily. Yeah, thank you. The killer can have greatly reduced the length of the cord by doing that.
Cutting it.
Cutting it.
I still have no idea.
Cutting the cord.
Cut the cord using what
my
exactly?
God.
And what?
Could have been the...
Well, not even pliers?
I didn't see pliers.
Okay.
Could the cord have been cut with Wolfie's knife?
You believe the victim said...
So this whole thing was a suicide mission?
Okay. It's definitely not the case. Really, okay.
Wrapping cord around the battery.
Yeah, there you go.
I got it.
This is so simple.
The extension
It's
cord
so
is pretty
simple.
thin
Okay,
and
so that's a
flimsy.
pretty small battery. Now that we've seen an image of it.
Dude, I was thinking of like double A batteries.
No, definitely large.
Definitely not.
Yeah, definitely. No, I mean a double A
killer
battery
wanted
also
the battery to
wouldn't
be
cause an
secure.
explosion.
That's what I was
of
thinking.
that
I was
size.
thinking they were like rolling
No, I mean,
batteries
he's
through
the car
vent.
dude.
Probably to the point there wouldn't be much spare cord remaining. Which is a good thing, because this spare cord is what the battery will be suspended by. So long as the spare cord isn't too long, the battery will sit safely above the
The
water.
killer set this up.
Very carefully.
So much effort.
Agreed. How do you even submerge the battery into the water under those circumstances?
How simple. By adjusting the cord's position. All the killer would need to utilize is a certain aspect of the boiler room.
Huh? Vent? What? What are they saying? It's gotta be the vent, right?
I don't know. Just We die in...
This is it.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned earlier, I gave the vent a close look after originally waking up in the boiler room. Part of my inspection included opening the vent to get a better look at the other side.
The vent can be opened?
Not all the way, but far enough for the vent to cause a domino effect if then closed. In our case, a domino effect involving the extension cord tied to it.
I
so
see
they're
now.
saying it closed
If we
it
assume
just
the vent
enough.
must be open for the battery to remain a safe distance above the water,
Just
we
press
end up with a
close.
pulley system. To prevent the battery from entering the water, the vent is literally pulling the entire cord backwards. Ergo, it's not just the killer's own measurements keeping the battery in place, but the vent itself.
Goodness, this is in depth.
Having opened one of these vents before, I can tell you how tough they are to move.
What?
Wrapping my
I
fingers
still
around
don't
the
know
grate
who it
directly in
is.
front of me. I pulled hard as I could.
A lightweight battery definitely isn't heavy enough to pull one shut. It takes an actual person to close one. Which is great for the killer, because it means they get to maintain full control over when the battery enters the water. If they close the vent, the cord should slide forward and submerge the battery into the water. When that happens, the boiler room water becomes electrified by the battery's components, which in turn causes electricity to pass directly into the body of Wolfgang, who is standing in the water.
Exactly which vent is the cord being tied to?
The boiler room vent.
Funny. Earlier, you said there's a small vent shaft connecting the boiler room vent to the dining hall vent. Assuming the killer is operating this trap from outside the boiler room, since we know there were only ever 2 people in that room, how would they even be able to reach the boiler room vent? Like you said, there's a separate vent in front of it.
Just open that one. Huh. She has a point.
I hate her. I hate when she has a point.
And assuming the cord's been tied to the boiler room vent, but what if instead I fail to conceal the ventilation shaft? It becomes considerably harder to reach the boiler room vent if you have to reach down that shaft first. What if it was tied instead? Not just that, I've never tested to see if the boiler room vent can open inwards. I only got it to open outwards. By that logic, the vent on the opposite side of the shaft.
This could only mean one thing. The killer never tied the cord to the boiler room vent. They tied the cord to the dining hall vent.
Okay.
That just creates the same problem as before, but reversed.
No, it doesn't.
Instead of the dining hall vent making it hard to close the boiler room vent, it's the boiler room vent making it hard to reach the dining hall vent.
Unless you were in the dining hall.
While the vents may seem like an obstruction, especially since they can't be opened all the way, there's a very easy workaround.
This is like
All
a really
the killer
complicated
needs to do
setup.
is
Is
fit
this
the
like
extension
normally how
cord
it's like?
between the grates of the boiler room vent.
Like the most absurd murder scheme ever.
Yeah.
They definitely like Chekhov's gun it, where it's like they're telling us all these random things early on. It's like, we're gonna bring that up later. You're gonna hear about that.
Yep.
Is to fit.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, the grates. You mentioned something about them earlier.
My grates are
Right. When you described opening the boiler room vent.
Wrapping my fingers around the grate directly in front of me, I pulled as hard as I could.
If you can fit your fingers between the grates, there's no damn way you can't fit a cord.
True.
Exactly. After which, you can slide the cord through the ventilation shaft and out the opposite end for the killer to then go and tie to the...
Oh, someone's gonna do the sword thing again.
Actually...
Fuck this guy.
Actually.
Hello?
Hello?
Mr.
Shut the fuck up.
What is
There's something I still don't understand about your theory.
Your game
it's
theory.
to do with the logistics
kinda
of the
looks like
cord.
The
Like
logistics?
Twink Matt Pat.
Its size.
We're back to discussing this again.
This again.
Never mind. I'll find a way to combat his argument, just like I've done countless times already.
Oh, it's
We're like debating everyone, even ourselves at times.
yeah.
Knife, generator, extension cord, shrapnel, blackout. Knife.
I understand the
tell me
boiler
about
room
this.
vent can be opened.
Oh.
Maybe not all the way, but enough to fit an extension cord through. What's bothering me, however, is that the boiler room vent was closed during the investigation, which means it must have been closed during the murder.
Okay.
Oh, I think we used blackout on that.
I don't see a problem here. The killer doesn't even need to open that vent, because they could simply slide the cord between the grates.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't. How can the killer fit both those plugs between the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point, and someone else closed it. That is my issue.
I think it's because it was cut. Yeah. You can clearly see that,
Yeah, with the
indoor
cutter
extension
in. So I
cords
think it's
may
just
be
extension
thin,
cord is the
but the plugs on either side of them aren't. How can the killer fit both those plugs between
the gaps in the vent grate? Either the boiler room vent was never involved, or it was open at some point and someone else closed it. That is my issue.
Indoor extension cords may be thin, but the plugs on either side of them aren't.
I'll cut through those words!
Yeah, shut up, asshole. Break! Break. There we go.
If you insert the cord through the boiler room vent first, it's possible to fit the cord through. You just need to start with the internal plug.
Sure.
The cords in storage closet D have a slim internal end. This can easily be slid through the gaps in the vent. Once the killer ties the cord around the dining hall vent, presumably with a knot, the cord won't be at risk of sliding back out either.
I see. When put like that, whether or not the boiler room vent was closed isn't really relevant.
How'd you figure all this out from some shrapnel
Yeah, that's
and
what
an
I'm saying.
extension
Like, this
cord?
isn't like evidence.
This is...
They don't have proof.
This is a great theory.
Crazy.
This is a great theory.
It's a
though.
good theory.
I love it.
At the same time, what he's describing sounds plausible.
Thank you, Pirate Man.
Since the battery was suspended over the generator, it's no surprise the machine ended up the way it did. Fortunately for Diana, she was safe by virtue of remaining on the platform. I imagine that was also the killer's intention.
The killer kept her on the platform?
Yeah, they're trying to convict convict her.
They must have known they were injecting Wolfgang with a hallucinogenic. So, it's possible they hoped his behavior would scare Diana off from entering the water. Although, even if Diana did die, the moment people realized only she and Wolfgang entered the boiler room, they'd probably call the whole thing a murder gone wrong.
Well, all of this certainly changes things.
All right.
Huh?
Huh?
If the killer is someone who needed access to the vent and needed to
means
be
it's one of the
operating from
video
the
gamers.
dining hall, then everyone who attended the tournament is a suspect.
Thank you.
What?
What do you mean, what?
Well, it's honest.
Have you
That
not
makes so
been
much
paying
sense.
attention?
Yeah, it was like nap time over on the other side.
Yeah,
it was nap
of the
time on the other
circle.
side of the
No
circle. One of the tournament attendees is the killer. Damn it! How did I not realize this? Realize sooner?
Oh my god!
The fact the killer could even access the vent means they must have been in the dining hall at the time of Wolfgang's murder.
Yeah, to close the vent and make the thing blow up.
So we can reduce it down to 8 people.
It was probably Cassidy. She set the whole thing up.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Hey, I was only trying to improve the mood.
Do we know why we woke up so
It wasn't
late?
me. I was playing a game with Damon when the lights went out.
Oh, that's true. He was sitting on the. We were like
He was on the
sitting
couch
there.
with us.
I was thinking like,
had to play
did
music.
Kai drug us also, so we slept longer, so we had the time to do stuff in the morning.
I don't think it's.
But he couldn't have been.
He
we
couldn't
woke
have
up
been
at
by the-
8:30. He couldn't have locked her Diana in at 8:45.
That's true.
Me too.
It could only be the pirate guy.
never touched
he was
my
the only
equipment.
one that
I
wasn't
meant
there
I was
at
watching Kai and
8:30.
Damon play.
I was spectating as well.
Me too.
Me 3. And Cass 2, I think. I was too focused on the game to remember who was or wasn't there.
If everyone's telling the truth, then all 8 of y'all were crowded round the same spot?
Near the right wall where the TV was set up.
Yeah, but someone
It's
still got a
also the
locker in the room.
furthest wall from the vent.
Seems like someone is lying again.
Tournament participant who flipped the vent. I could deduce who that person is by determining everyone's position directly before the blackout. Yeah, that's insane. The problem is, I myself had been totally preoccupied with the game.
That's stupid.
I never got a good look at the actual people around me. Never got a good look. Wait, is that it? Well, I never got a good look at the others. I can deduce their general positions and if they were near me from whether or not I heard them. Think, Damon, think. Who and what did I hear back then? I mean, there's a photo. It was you. The only person I never heard. It was you. Who is
Okay.
it? We have to pick someone now?
We have 25 seconds, man.
It's not a lot of
Alright,
time.
it's not him.
It's not Guy.
I don't think it's you.
It's not the
It
game.
might be
really.
you.
It could be him.
It might be you. No, she definitely said something.
Yeah.
The Gooner?
It could be the Gooner. I mean, either we just get marked back. That said, he was definitely mixing music before the blackout occurred. It didn't like give us a yes.
Yeah, no.
I've been watching the game with Kai too because I remember his music becoming more frantic. Oh, that's true. He was playing the tunes.
No, we lost.
Well, I mean, lost. What's it gonna do? Just
You know
give us our
what?
health back?
I'm gonna leave this on a cliffhanger.
Oh,
I'm leaving it on a cliffhanger. We know it's not Mark Brewski. All right.
Damn it, we wanted him to
we'll
be
pick
him
this
so
up
bad.
Next time
Wanted
on
to-
John Academy.
Next time on John Academy, we'll find out the murderer of Wolfgang.
Of Wolfgang, yes. Thank you all for watching, everybody. If you made it this far, please subscribe. And we'll see you all next time here on John Academy.
Is there any way it's Eva?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna be
Dude,
shocked.
that would be the ultimate, like...